Hey guys, welcome back to We Watch Movie. I am Mike, and this is today's horror movie news, starting with The Batman 2. That's not a horror movie, you say. Well, I say this. Bruce Wayne would tell you that if his angst isn't horrific, then nothing is. Because his heart is in Ohio. Barry Cogan, I don't know. He told E-Talk, who asked him about him possibly coming back to play the Joker, he said during his audition for The Kingsman,
I can't really say anything about that, my man, but you know, it would be exciting, wouldn't it, to see the Joker come to life again, hey?
But my small says it all, doesn't it? So I don't know if that's a good accent or not. Probably not. It seems like he's kind of hinting at it to me, at least, right there. He even did a little Joker like, at the end of it. So
My smile says all, you know what I mean?
I don't know. Personally, I think that I feel the same way I felt at the end of The Batman. I feel like Joker just needs a pause. We need a break from it for a little bit. I think after Jared Leto did what Jared Leto did, that character deserves to be put in the penalty box for a little while.
You want no beef?
You don't want no beef? You don't want no beef? You don't like
Yes, it was way better at the end of the Snyder cut, but still, yeah. I think Batman's just got so many different cool villains that we could spend time on. I think forcing the Joker at this point is just way too early. But you know what's not been pushed on us too early? Premarital 7, the box set, 4K, a 4K of 7. Why is it that there are so many amazing classic films that still aren't 4K yet? There's probably like 7 different steelbooks of Morbius out there. I don't understand it, but either way, 7's gonna come to us on 4K finally next year in December of 2024. It's a UK exclusive, but these are all 4Ks. These are all region free from what I understand for the most part. So I think you should still be able to purchase it. I would imagine. I don't know. It's going to be expensive. There's 2 different versions of it. It comes in a literal awesome, cool looking box with all these art cards and a notebook. And I threw up on a man on the train today.
He was not pleased, and I couldn't stop laughing.
The collection looks amazing. And then there's a second one, the Ultimate Collector's Edition, that has some of that stuff in there as well. I'm excited as hell for that when it finally gets here. I'm going to spend the money on it because that's one of my favorite movies of all time. But finally, 7 on 4K. Fuck! A little bit late on this one, happened a little bit earlier this week, but Jennifer Love Hewitt did say on the What's Eating You Gilbert Grape podcast that she would totally come back for I Know What You Did Last Summer. That's not the name of that podcast. It's actually the Inside of You podcast, which reminds me of Get 'Em to the Greek. Inside of you. Was it wrong to be? I just love to be inside of you. If he doesn't use that for his podcast song, then he's definitely making a mistake.
This went from 6 to midnight. Teach me how to grow while I'm moving inside you.
It's funny because usually when actors are asked about these kind of roles, they're like, I don't know, as long as the script is right and they really do it justice, I would think about it. She says, I love making these movies. I do it for sure. She was like, I'll do it right now. Do you have a camera? When you do the thing, where are you? No, that's not. It's, what was it? Can I get a line? Oh yeah, it's, what are you waiting? I'm going to hate myself for having to edit that sound fix later. What's interesting about this is they announced a while back that there was a rumor they were going to try to get the gang back together and do a requel or something like that to it. And Freddie Prinze Jr. came out and he did not have such nice things to say about that experience and the whole situation. So I don't know if they could get the band back together to do it again, but I would want to see it. I mean, why the fuck not? It's something fun to throw into theaters, and I can't promise you it'll be good, but it could be better. Could be better. The biggest news of the day, Saw 11 is happening. Nobody's surprised, but they did announce that Saw 11 would be happening, or Saw Z, and it's official. The Saw account released this poster, which I'm really glad that it also says the game continues 9/27/24, because I'm pretty stupid, and it would have taken me about 8 to 7 minutes and an Ovaltine decoder ring to understand what that poster means. But it means 9/27/24, day before my birthday next year, which is crazy that it's happening this soon. They have not announced any cast, any writers, anything. All we know for sure is if you look at Josh Stolberg, who wrote the last installment, also wrote Jigsaw, so we can't forget that happened. If you look at Josh Stolberg, who was one of the writers on Saw 10, he said he's officially not coming back for it, but he does think that everyone's going to love the team that they chose for it. So that's interesting to think about. I wonder why they wouldn't bring him back at this stage. I have no idea. It seemed like that was going great, but the franchise is hotter than it's been since the beginning right now. So I guess they're striking while the iron's hot. I can't really be like, it's too soon, they're rushing it. It's a Saw movie. They're supposed to rush them. They're supposed to come out every fucking Halloween on clockwork. So that doesn't scare me any bit. I just wonder what they're going to do, because we got to go back and we do another prequel or midquel, right? Because you got to have Tobin Bell in it. What brought the franchise back was absolutely having Tobin Bell back and being the emotional anchor of Saw 10 and really stripping it back down and making it more simplistic. How do you keep doing that? There's a myriad of ways to do so. I know a lot of people, including myself, would love to see Hoffman brought back if it was done right. I think you keep the stripped down stuff, but you do bring Hoffman into the focus of the frame on this one. But you don't add all this periphery stuff. You find a way to just bring Hoffman back and have him and Tobin Bell be the main people and to really focus on them and Shawnee Smith, if you like. Or they could also go the route of having that little kid be his assistant, which it's interesting. It lends itself to that. You have to imagine that they thought of that, but I also don't know. Like, I don't know if I like that. Even if it makes sense, I don't know if I like it. You also had the lady who escaped. We could follow that. There's a ton of stuff that they could do here. It's really fascinating how they've managed to go back, make the mistake of killing off their star, and then have managed to, on the 11th movie, go back and be able to resurrect him and still be making movies around him. That's a lot of writers, stretchy pants McGee, but hey, cheers to them, man. They've done it. And I'm excited to see Saw 11, and I hope they keep this shit up for sure. Not many franchises go this long. It's insane. 11 movies is nothing to snub your nose at. And the last tiniest, tittiest bit of news comes from Josh Stolberg as well, who's one of the writers of Sorority Row, the 2000s remake. We just did a review of that not too long ago. It was a really fun review to do. You should check it out. He did mention on his Twitter that he was looking for sorority girls, which is a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. That success from Saw 10 really went to his head. But no, they're looking for sorority girls for a study or to ask questions about. I don't know. It's none of my business, Jim. If you have to ask, you can't afford it, buddy. So I'm just going to say he even hints here that maybe a Sorority Row movie could be coming up. So I would love to see it personally. Again, I'm a fucking whore for bringing back all these 90s and 2000s products. So I'm all in on I Know What You Did Last Summer. Give me Sorority Row. I think that movie's actually underrated and pretty fun. Dumber than a box of toilet paper, but still pretty fun. So yeah, that's the day's news. What do you guys think about all of this stuff? And if you're bored and you want to read something, there's an article I did about a movie called Extraterrestrial on Bloody Disgusting. You should check it out. Read it. Put it in your pocket. Save it for later. I'll put a link down below for it. I love your all's fucking faces, and I hope you guys have an amazing day.
Here comes that white-faced fucker, an asshole like no other. He's a big old piece of shit. Wants to stab your sister's tits cause he's a white-faced fucker. Loomis can't recover. Dr. Challenge drunk again, sleeping with your sister's friends.
Do you want to know about the darkness?
I said, God damn.
God damn you, faggot!
Halloween never ends, suck my fucking dick, and I don't really care what Blumhouse fucking says. Put him in a box, or suck a fucking cock. You can say he's dead, but we all know he's not, yeah. So let's go trick-or-treating, let's go fucking drinking, let's all go rent Pumpkinhead on VHS.